Hi, my name is Bridget Askew, and today in this video we will talk about phonemic awareness and phonological awareness. We all know that phonological awareness and phonemic awareness helps the children to learn how to read. And for our children who struggle with phonetics and phonological awareness, we know that in the near future they will have a struggle with learning to read because they're unable to relate the letter and the sound together. So, being able to relate the phonological awareness and phonemic awareness and understanding the print and understanding that letters have sounds, with this understanding, the children are able to relate words and letters and sounds together, and they're able to move to their next level of learning. Within this video we will talk about the two P words, phonetic and phonemic awareness, and how it relates to the literacy development of the young child. We have phonological awareness, as I mentioned, and phonemic awareness. And these two are phonological awareness is an awareness to pre-reading, but preparing the young child to understand and comprehend the structure of a word. Understanding the importance of sounds and syllables make up a word allows the child to be able to move to their next level of learning. Once you learn to sound out the letter sounds of a word, then the child realizes and recognizes the word, and then they learn how to read the word, and from that they're able to develop their next skill of learning. Phonemic awareness is phonemic awareness allows you to focus on specific individual sounds of a word. This allows you to break down a word by being able to sound out each letter sound. And once you're able to sound out each letter sound, you're able to decipher what that word is, recognize that word, and you're able to eventually come to the point to where you're able to read because you're able to put the letter sounds together. Phonological development and phonemic awareness relates to literacy development by identifying parts of the word, syllable, rhyming by recognizing sounds representing the words or the letters in print. This method helps readers to understand alphabetic principles of reading new words. As teachers, our job is to always to introduce new words to our students so that they're able to move on to their next level of learning. And in the process of introducing new words, we have to make sure that they understand what each word means. How this relates to literacy and development in the young child is that we talk about print concepts, we talk about letter naming, we talk about vocabulary, we talk about phonological awareness, we talk about listening, comprehension, and speaking. As teachers, we look at to break down these 7 skills to better prepare the child for their next level of learning. With print concepts, which with phonological awareness and phonemic awareness, it's being able to relate your current knowledge to your new knowledge of letter sounds with decoding unfamiliar printed words through sounds. One thing that we can do with this concept is that we're able to use 3-part cards. With 3-part cards, you have one card is a picture of, let's say, a cat. The second card is a picture of the cat with the word cat. The third card is just the label cat. So once our children understand that this is a cat by looking at the picture, then from the picture they're able to relate the picture to the word cat. Then they're able to take that third label and say, oh wait, these letters match these letters. So that's the beginning of understanding the difference between print and sound. And from there, then we're going to start with the letter naming. That, with phonemic awareness and phonological awareness, shows a child that words are made up of sounds. Using their names, 2 3-part words. Let's say if we use the word Fiona, we have Fiona. Therefore, it's 3 parts. Fiona, beginning, middle, end. So the child understands the syllabus, the breaking down of the words, and they're able to say, oh wait, that begins with the same letter sound as, let's say, frog, or let's say fire. So then the child is able to relate the phonemic sounds, the sounding of the words together, which is starting them to be able to break down the word and be able to read. Next, we have the vocabulary and the pronunciation of words, which is based on understanding the word and sounding it out as a beginning reader who can comprehend in order to be successful in their reading. So, with vocabulary, with the children, can be done by reading, because with reading we're adding new vocabulary to our children. And so what this happens is, let's say that we're able to say, if we read the book Cat in the Hat, well, we're adding new words and they're learning how to decipher them through rhyming. And so they know that cat, hat, it has the same, it's in the same family, but it has a different beginning letter sound. So with vocabulary, we're helping to build on our children's letter sounds. We're able to build on our children's vocabulary, build on putting new words into their vocabulary. Then we have what's called with listening. So if our friends are listening, for the young child with phonological awareness and phonemic awareness, it's being able to listen to the sounds and language and spoken words. So if we're reading a story, or if we're just doing regular communication with each other, a child is able to realize, like, oh wait, I remember that letter that we talked about that begins with the f sound or the b sound, or it ends in s, or it ends with a. So we're listening to the pronunciation of how we are pronouncing our words and how we're speaking clearly to one another with effective communication. As we talked about with speaking, both phonemic awareness and phonological awareness, is being able to correctly pronounce each letter sound that helps to build vocabulary and communication. As teachers, it is our job to model correct pronunciation and to speak in complete, precise sentences. And with this, the children are able to pick up on, as they are listening to our communication and how we're communicating with them, how we're communicating with other co-workers. And so speaking clearly is very important. Then we have comprehension. A child is able to comprehend when we're reading stories or we're just having communication with one another, because they're able to relay back to us something they may have done when they went home. What happened first? What happened next? What happened last? Before I went to bed, I ate dinner. Before I ate dinner, I got to play on my computer. Well, when I came to school this morning, I had to put my books away and I had to come into the classroom and start on my work. And then after I did that, it was time for us to go lunch. So they're able to tell us about their day, first, middle, last, beginning, middle, ending. They're able to comprehend on the communication or whatever the conversation is about. So that's very important with comprehension. Understanding the words being read in order to master the phonetic and phonological awareness of vocabulary. It's an active process, engaging the thought of comprehending. Well, for our friends who are, how do we modify this academic level to meet the needs of our young students with exceptional needs, is to realize that they need more. We need to challenge them more, so because they understand the breaking down of a word and how we use our phonics and how we're able to, how the sounds relate to the letters and how the letters relate to a word. So our children in their journals are able to write a word because they're able to use their listening ears and their sounds to sound out a word, which is called invented spelling. To me, that is the best thing in the world, to start off with invented spelling. And the child is able to grow and see that they're like, oh wait, I know how to spell this word correctly now, whereas at first I wasn't really good at spelling this word. So that's very important for us to do with our children, and building their confidence and helping them to be able to move to the next level of learning with our students, in order to prepare them to move on to their next academic level. Phonological awareness and phonemic awareness is just very critical to our students in learning how to read, because as educators, we want to make sure that we cover all the bases with their phonetic sounds and with their being able to break down a word, or looking at a letter and realizing that that letter has a sound. And if we know the sound of that letter, then we're able to read. We're able to read 2, 3 letter words. That's going to help us with understanding print concepts and with understanding the letter naming, because with the letter naming, if we're able to break down those letter sounds, then we know that when we see the next letter, that this is the letter that it begins with. So it's very important as educators that we focus on those main points with our students. Thank you. No,